Good morning, sports investors. How are you doing today? Welcome back to the Betting Public Sports Show. I'm your beloved host, Fane Rothstein, a.k.a. Michael Snackson, a.k.a. Bay O. Wolf, a.k.a. Malcolm Excellence, a.k.a. Hacksaw Jim Thuggin. Today's Sunday. What is it, the 6th of February, 2022? Week away from the Super Bowl. And as you know, this is a normally a sports betting podcast where we, try to help you get to the bag. So therefore, I'll give you this disclaimer. If you feel you have a gambling problem, please do not listen to this show. Please contact your state or your local Gamblers Anonymous Association hotline, and hopefully they can get you the services you feel you need. Secondly, hit that like button. Smash that like button. Hit them comments. Leave some comments. Share. And hit some subscribers. Hit the subscribe, all right? What else do I want to say? Hey, but yeah, like I said, and don't forget, you can check my podcast usually Thursday through Sunday on Spotify. I don't know Joe Rogan. What's his name? The guy from Fear Factor. Got 100 million. I'm forgetting his name offhand. I know I should know that, and I'm just kind of doing this off the cuff. So I can't think of Joe Rogan. That's his name. But yeah, I don't know him. I barely know that controversy. Then the one guy was taking his music off, and then the N-word stuff came out, and you know that's gonna always get some response. That's almost always next if it ain't first. Somebody in a controversy, then we got some sex or racist stuff going with them that accompanies it. All right. But you can catch my podcast on Spotify, Anchor.fm, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Podcasts, about 10 different places that is on Thursdays through Sundays. I think I did a podcast on Thursday, and that was it. I just too long, too much going on, kind of busy, kind of swamped, and I kind of wanted to relax, take a week off before the Super Bowl. All right. That football season long than a motherfucker, boy. I forget it. Because football, you get football every day, damn near, except for no, you get it every day just about, except for Fridays because of high school stuff. But basically, you got college football Thursday, sometimes Friday, but Saturday and Tuesday and Wednesday, and then you got the NFL. You got what? Sunday, Monday, Thursday. It's just just a little bit of a drain. I'm a little wore out, but I digress. All right, hit that. But I just want to talk a little bit about. I do have a pick for you, okay? So if you have a problem with gambling, please do not listen. All right, and that one is tonight's game, 7 p.m. college football or college hoop rock. We got Fresno State hosting Wyoming. Fresno State -3.5. They're gonna cook these fuckers. Probably by about 10. Press it up a little bit. I'm gonna take Fresno minus -9. All right. But as far as a little random go, listen, I don't know if y'all watched the Jason Whitlock little YouTube show called Fearless. I have no problem promoting his work. I'm not a hater like that. Doesn't pay me. I don't care. I don't know the guy. Even though I don't know him, I've never met him, but I know him because he lives right next door in Indianapolis. As you know, I'm in the Republic of Cincinnati. And he lives in Indianapolis, about 90 minutes away, that's where he's from. Now he lives in Nashville, I think, but that's where he's from. So I get a lot of what he says, a lot of what he speaks about, where he comes from and everything. I get it just because, like I said, he's from the Midwest. I understand. But lately, he's been going in on the Brian Flores situation in Miami, It's been going off on it, if you know Whitlock, is pretty easy to tell you, he's against Flores and for good reason, for real. Brian Flores, kind of did some dickhead shit. Let's just keep it a buck. The way he tried to out Bill Belichick, did the damn, even Carl Douglas, the guy from the O.J. Simpson trial. Remember him, Carl Douglas? He was like the kind of one of the unspoken, forgettable attorneys from that, but he was always there in the, he was like Johnny Cochran's apprentice at the time, if you will. But even Carl Douglas said that Brian Flores appears to be doing a publicity stunt because he got fired 2 weeks later. Got fired 2 weeks ago, and then he files the suit on the first day of Black History Month. And there's some tropes about Black History Month in the lawsuit. Like, all right, man. And everybody pretty much said that Brian Flores doesn't do this suit. He probably would have been the first person to get sued, or first person to get hired in the next season. He was the Dolphins former coach, and they say he probably would have been the first coach to get hired this season after all the fires and terminations come out. But he did this, and now he's kind of toxic. So yeah, but I'm not gonna really get into that. Like I said, today's just kind of talking some shit. Cause Brian, listen, Jason Whitlock's little show called Fearless on what do you call that? YouTube. What am I talking about? What do I call that? Right here on YouTube. There's this little bit where he's talking about the AKAs. The black. They're one of the nine divine nine. The black. Historically black fraternities and sororities. And the AKs. There's the AKAs for the women. There's the Deltas, and I think the Zetas, and I think there's three males. Alphas, Kappas, the Q Dogs. They're probably the most noted. I forget, like I said, because I was never one of them. But the AKAs are historically known for being lighter skinned black women, fair skinned. Probably a lot of either white or other ethnicities in their immediate background makes them lighter, fair skinned and whatnot. And he was talking about those women. He was talking about Angela Rye. Angela Rye, the political correspondent, gained name from, gained a lot of fame in the recent, woke movement and on social media and whatnot. Beautiful woman. Let's not kid ourselves. This is a fine motherfucker. Don't. I'm not gonna even bullshit. I'm not gonna even mince words. All right. That's a fine motherfucker. Let's not kid ourselves. I don't care what she is, a AKA or Delta. Delta are usually darker skinned women. And he kind of talks about that. You gotta see it. He's like, he was like, I don't know who it is. Stephen A. Smith. I forget the other guy's name. He's like, I don't know if it's Stephen A. or whoever, John Smith. He was like, I don't know who it is over there, but somebody got a taste for him. But he's right on about it though. That's the thing. That's all ESPN is now. It's all lighter women that were probably AKAs. Angela Rye, Elle Duncan, he tell you, he kind of mentions, the women that are doing this on, that are doing this on ESPN, and I thought he was spot on. He calls them Africans, and Jason, to his credit, he gets on some of the athletes about about their choices of women. A lot of them have, they're talking all this black shit, but they got white women. And I'll tell you this, when I started in journalism, late 90s, early 2000s, I remember reading something from Jason Whitlock going at Scoop Jackson. Remember Scoop Jackson used to be Slam Magazine? He was on ESPN for a little while too. But he was basically just saying that, like, man, you're doing too much of that damn urban lingo and rap shit. This ain't journalism. about, going at it, how you feel about it or whatever, I don't know. I don't remember exactly how I felt about it, but I remember just looking at that thinking like, yeah, he's kind of got a point. I didn't, like, because I think what he was saying about Scoop was that, like, I don't remember if he said it would be detrimental to kids or whatnot, but it was a very good article that that Whitlock did. I mean, he probably, probably a little elitist on doing that. I thought it was a good article. Because if you remember, Stuart Scott was like the first people to do that, one of the first people to do that on TV, talk greasy like that, talk slick, a lot of hip hop references in his sports center stuff. And it served its purpose for the most part. But now everybody's doing it. And now with mass social media, nobody really holds true to any true journalism standards or anything. People are kind of doing it their own way now. And, a lot of them are not, 99% of these people are not classically trained journalists. And I get it. It works for me either way. It just depends on what it is. But I kind of see what he was saying. And, but just that bit of, he was saying, kiwi, ski-wee, the stuff that the AKAs say. I mean, it was brilliant, but he was right. Angela Rye don't know shit about football. I don't like Angela Rye, and I'll say this is just me, Fame Rothstein saying this, might be right, might be wrong. I'm not convinced that Angela Rye isn't an LGBTQ person. Think about this. This is a 40-year-old something woman, smoking hot. One of the finest motherfuckers you ever seen. No kids, never been married. Yeah, that noise you're hearing, that's your gaydar. Let's be honest. I mean, she dated Common for a little bit, but I just, I see a lot of stuff in her videos, like her personal videos of people what she's with and things, I mean, when I say people she's with, I mean like her girlfriends, the people she hangs with. And it's just like, I see some behavior in there, okay? L. Duncan, he's just talking about how ESPN is light-skinned black women. They ushered out the Maria Taylor and Carrie Champion era. Jason, it was brilliant. It was funny, but it was spot on too. That's mainly what it was. And then he had his man, Jimmy Dodds, aka Uncle Jimmy. I was never necessarily the biggest fan of Uncle Jimmy when they was on Fox. I thought it was kind of more of some shtick and kind of almost coonery. Let's be honest. Jason was trying to be like more Chuck D to Uncle Jimmy's Flavor Flav, if we're being honest. But like the other day, when Uncle Jimmy said it best. The character Uncle Jimmy, he said it best. He was talking about Ryan Clark, but this goes for all you damn people. Keep trying to compare football to slavery. Yeah, there's some remnants to it, and whatnot. I get it, but it's so fucking ridiculous. And Jimmy said, you want to keep comparing football to slavery? Okay, football players, show me your back. Your back from getting whipped in slavery. They ain't like that one. And he was spot on with that. I know the book from Bill Rhoden, what's it called? $40 Million Slaves. I mean, I'm aware of that book. I haven't read it all the way, but I know what it is and know what it's about. I get what he's saying, but I just think that was just a bit much. Calling the NFL slavery. Because remember what Lawrence Taylor said at Any Given Sunday? For every nigga you never heard of, there's a million niggas you never heard. Every nigga like you, there's a million niggas you never heard of. There's a lot of niggas out there, including myself, that probably would have gave up a left or right arm to be a slave in the NFL. Let's stop kidding ourselves, right? I shouldn't have said that. Shout out to Shaquille Griffin. My bad, man. I didn't mean that. No disrespect. But you get what I'm saying, folks, right? Yeah, man, and yeah. I just thought the you got to see it. It's like I said, it's on yesterday's or the most recent Fearless, the week, maybe, the 4th or 5th of February. Just check out the 30 to 36 minutes. You'll probably like the whole show, but just check out the 30 to 36 minute marker. You'll love it. It's just he's going in on Stephen A. like, hey, Stephen, But it was the part where he said somebody got a taste for him. That had me fucked up. Like, yeah. And I can see how Stephen B. I didn't see Angela Rye on ESPN again. Her Q factor just doesn't work for me. I don't like her. I don't like her. Other than just looking at her, I'm not really interested in her like that. Just because but yeah, man, you got to check that out. And Uncle Jimmy, and he was going in on Ryan Clark. I've never liked Ryan Clark. And you know why I don't like Ryan Clark? Because he was on there sucking dick about about Eminem. And you know how I feel about Eminem as a rapper. It's like there are certain people of a certain age, like, that you just don't fuck with Eminem like that because the content. And not only the content, but just like nobody raps. Even Snoop Dogg don't fuck with Eminem like that. So miss me with that, all right? Snoop Dogg, and they're from the same family, Dr. Dre, all right? So miss me with that. Now, speaking of Dr. Dre, Whitlock, he doesn't like this being on the performance, the halftime. He got a lot of stuff like that going on. He doesn't like him. Jason Whitlock, by overall impression of him, he's a typical black dude who doesn't like younger black folks. He's got a lot of ethos from the civil rights era. He talks about Jesus and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I could fuck with him. He's complex just like everybody else. He loves The Wire, but doesn't like using the N-word. It's like, that's kind of the energy of The Wire, just that's how the people talk. That's what made The Wire good. It was so authentic. You know what I'm saying? His favorite character is Omar, a killer, a gay killer who robs drug dealers, Like I said, he's complex just like anybody else, so I get him. But yeah, but that's all I got today, folks. I'm gonna hop off of here. Y'all stay safe, and we'll be back. Like I told you tonight. Fresno at home against Wyoming. Fresno -9. All right. Even though they're only 3.5-point favorites, we're gonna tease it up. I think they're gonna cook Wyoming. All right. But yeah, we'll be back next weekend. But in the meantime, check the podcast starting next Thursday. And, I'll be back on the air. Big football day, big Super Bowl day next weekend, all right? Probably about 20 picks. No, not 20 picks, 10 picks, all right? But there you have it. Let's be safe. Let's be courteous. We'll be back tomorrow. Sorry this is long, but I just wanted to talk a little shit. I've been geeking over this Whitlock a little bit about the AKAs, man. This is hilarious. All right? If you don't understand it, go watch HBCU or a black step show. Go watch Spike Lee's School Days. I'm cracking up. But I'll holler at y'all starting Thursday on the podcast. Until then, y'all be well. Peace out.